Hello, everyone. I have to tell you all that I do have a good time. I mean, Chaplain Dove and I have been doing this for almost a year and a half now, Pink Lady Presents, and every time we do a show, am I right? It's a new show, and it's a new life well lived. And today...
But not
yes,
every time do we get someone like Jerome Robinson Sr.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're all going to remember, I know you will, the famous group, the Platters. The Platters. And we have here the last of the second generation Platters, Jerome Robinson Sr. Yes!
Thank
yes,
you,
yes,
thank you,
yes,
thank
yes.
you.
And not only is he a Platter,
Yes.
but he was also the closing act at the first annual LA Memorial Coliseum Veterans Day ever held, as we rededicated the Coliseum to welcome the Olympics in 2028. And this man closed the show, and we can't thank you enough.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
you started in a Baptist church, am
Yes.
I correct?
Yes,
What were
I
you,
did.
like 4 or 5 years old singing?
Believe it or not, it was about 5 or 6.
Okay.
I've been on stage since I was about 5 because I used to go to different churches and recite poems.
Oh.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's what I knew. This is what I wanted to do.
Oh, I
For the
love
rest of my
that.
life. It was at the Springfield Baptist Church in
Now-
Washington, Georgia.
Your mother was a big influence on you, I know.
Very much.
And there was a story about your mother when you were like 20 years old, saying something to you about your work.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean,
It's
let's
funny.
hear that, everyone.
it's funny that you would bring that. It was so funny. When my son was born,
Okay.
and my mom had never been on a plane or whatever, but she wanted to see her firstborn grandson.
Well, yeah.
So my mom was on a plane, and got on the plane for the first time, and she flew out, and she had never seen my show or whatever, me being in the music business. Well, she came to my first show, my very first show, and I, when the show was over, I asked my mom a question that I regret it till this day. I asked my mom, I said, "Mom, am I as good as Sammy Davis Jr.?" She said, "No. Sammy Davis Jr. is the only person that's better than Sammy." I would never ask my mother that.
I love it.
No.
No.
Well,
Oh, she was pretty definite about that. I love
Really.
that. Well, you, after high school, because you sang
Right.
in high school and everything, when did you go into the police department?
Well, actually, the police department came about after I had been out of the military, and I had been in the music business for a while.
Well, how long were you in the military?
Well, actually, I was in the military for 4 years.
And
I did
how
4
old were
years.
you when you went in?
I was 16, 17 years old. I went in very young in 1960.
And that's the Navy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
United States Navy, the only way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did, after being in the music business for a while, I decided to get off the road for a while because I've been on the road. And my wife and I at that time, we decided to move home, go back home, and I went home.
And where's
became-
home?
Washington, Georgia.
Okay, Washington. Okay.
And I decided to become a police officer, which I enjoyed a lot.
Really?
It was fantastic. It was really, really different. You didn't know what was going to happen the next. Every morning you wake up and go, well, you're going to have to. So, but it was great, though.
Well, first of all, let's go back to your Navy years. Where did you serve?
When I went into service, I was in San Diego. After I left San Diego, we went aboard the USS Estes, and it was a flagship. And I went to Da Nang. I served in Da Nang, off the coast of Da Nang Harbor,
Wow.
Vietnam.
Right.
And was out there for a while, and then when we came back, I shifted to the USS Monticello.
And in what capacity?
I was a boatswain's mate.
And what is a bosun's mate?
Well, it's everything that needs to be done aboard the ship.
Is you.
The boats.
Whatever they tell you to do.
Whatever they tell you to
say,
do,
yes,
you
sir.
do.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And I didn't mind being a bosun mate. I loved it until they put me over the side of the ship
Oh.
to paint it.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
And I'm looking down, and I'm looking up, and there's nowhere to go. I'm over on a scaffold painting this ship, and there's little creatures, the Lord, but this is the Navy. I loved it though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And then, but why, when you got out, why did you choose the police department? I mean, that's not like choosing to be a reporter or be a grocer or be a dentist or whatever.
That was a lot of reasons, but I always wanted to be a police officer. Because when I was growing up, that neighbor behind us was a policeman, and I would see him coming. We had like a little candy store and a cafe.
Oh.
And so and they would come in, and he had children that lived right in the back of us. And they would come in, and I would see him wearing the gun, and one of these days I'm going to do that.
I get it.
And I said, well, and then I went home, and I was thinking about, here's my chance to do what I would always like to do. And so I would join the police department.
I'm going to ask you a question now.
Sure.
You can answer it or whatever. You were a policeman in the South.
Yes. Well, okay, I see where you're
I
going with
mean,
this.
I'm just going, everyone. I just want to know. I mean, that was not a piece of cake, Jerome.
No, it wasn't. And what it was, too, there was an interracial marriage in the South. And it was kind of rough. But one of the things that about it, in my hometown,
Right.
in Washington, Georgia, everybody kind of knew me.
Okay.
But there was certain things that was going on that was really kind of rough.
Yeah.
In the South at that time, and and I figured the best thing to do. I'm in the right job. I've got the right business.
Yeah.
I've got a gun. Things.
Having a gun's a good thing when
Guns are a good thing.
Yeah. I mean,
But
is there
it-
any special, like, little story that you remember something about when you were a policeman that you'd like to
we
share?
had, it was the funniest story. I'm not going to try not to call the person's name, but
Okay.
we'll just call him Alex.
A person.
A person. Every Friday,
Yeah.
when this guy, they would get off from work, at I think it was the sawmill where we was working, he would get off, get paid, and every time he get paid, you go over to his girlfriend's house in the project area, my hometown, and after he drank up all his money, his girlfriend would kick him out. Well, he would go across the street where they had a lot of bricks and rocks and stuff, and he would take this rock, and just like, remember Ernest T. Bass
Yeah.
on they had the Christmas show? Ernest would go get a rock and throw it through the girl's window. Every trigger, throw it to. So every day we got to the point to where my partner Willie, we knew what time to go over that area about 6 o'clock.
Okay, it's time
Yeah,
for
about a quarter to
whatever
6
it is.
now.
Yeah.
Alex should be ran out of money by this point, and he would throw a rock through the window. So every weekend it would happen. So the judge kind of got tired of him sitting
Yeah.
there. So what we decided to do, he said, "Well, we're going to give you 6 weekends in jail,
Oh.
and you go in the weekends, and you can go do the job and all that. Right, when the weekends, when you get off of work on Friday, your home is in the jail up until Monday morning."
Ah.
So we would do that, and so we figured
Save some money.
yeah, and we was getting some windows repairing too. And so we figured after 6 weeks of this, I was going to learn his lesson.
Right.
no.
But 6th week, Willie looked at me and I looked at him. Yeah, getting close to 6 o'clock. Time to go. Sure enough, he got out of jail and he threw a rock right through her window again. But the funny thing about this, I think the judge finally just gave him 3 or 4 months in jail. But the funny thing about it now, because of my leg, and I use a cane now, he got me. I went home, and he walked up to me and got, I bet you can't catch me now, because I chased him every Friday. I would have to chase him. I chased him through this lady's garden. Now, that's what I had to tell you this part. I was chasing him one Saturday, and I ran through this lady's garden, and she goes, Jerome Robinson, get back here. I'm going, but ma'am, I'll be back in a minute. I'm a
Chasing
little
a criminal.
business right now. I don't care if you're busy or not. I remember you when you was a baby. I know your mama. You come back in and help me with my garden, ma'am. I will help you as soon
In
as
a
I
minute.
In a minute, but I gotta go. And I was mad at him now for I got to chasing him. And the second thing is, now I got to go back on my day off and help this lady
Fix her garden.
fix her gun because she goes, I don't care if you have a gun. I have one too. Don't tell me.
No,
that.
don't tell me.
I really don't need
I really thought you were going to say you opened up the first glass franchise in Washington,
Yeah, that
to.
would
Georgia.
be something,
Georgia, I
right?
should have said a glass.
Hand out the rocks and say, go do it.
That's a cute story.
Yeah.
You also formed a band when you were in San Diego, correct?
Yes.
It was called the Love Affair Band?
Well, actually, the one in San Diego was called the Soul Exclusive. Later on, I had a band called the Love of Alexander Love and the Love
For 9
Affair.
years, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you met a man named Paul Roby.
Yeah.
Tell our audience who Paul Roby
Well,
was.
actually, Paul Roby, the member of the original Platters, the original Platters member. And I met him and did a few things with his group because when the Platters kind of basically broke up, each one of them started their own
see.
little group, and
Right.
so did a thing with him. We had the same agent, the McConkey
Oh.
agency, and that greatly she reminded me a lot of you. So it was, and so what I did was went out on the road and the whole thing like this, and I started. It's the second generation Platters that I was with, and so a lot of them just passed on and gone, and I started Jerome Robinson's second generation Platters.
I see.
And that's
And
I
how
got
long
that.
were you with Paul Roby in that group?
Well, actually, it was off and on for about I'd say a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And your group, the second generation with Jerome
Platters.
Robinson?
Yeah,
Platters?
we still get together, still do shows, and still do my last concert. The last concert was sold out. You know,
Wow.
at the Hemet Theater. We sold about 3 or 4 sold out concerts.
Dub, you have something to say to our just special
I
guest
have
today.
a whole lot. I could go for 3 or 4
I know,
hours.
but you can't.
But
But that's okay.
one of the things I get to do as president of the LA National Cemetery Foundation, we started a ceremonial coin. Never had one for 120 years. We now
Wow.
have it. And because of your service and because of everything you've done for all of us to bring great entertainment for your whole life,
Yes.
I want to present you on behalf of the Board of Directors and our Director, Tom Rock, this ceremonial coin
Wow.
from the the very first LA National Cemetery coin. I
Oh wow!
thank you for your service, and
Thank
thank you
you.
for keep doing what you're doing. I
Thank
was
you.
so proud of you on Veterans
Veterans Day.
because it was the first time ever
Right.
that all of us in the veteran community took over the Memorial Coliseum and
Yeah,
that was
rededicated it,
wonderful.
and you came up and did it.
Thank
You were
you.
there, you and our friend Jimmy Weldon.
Oh, Jimmy Weldon, what a
Jimmy's
man.
96, so you have
Everybody-
years to go.
Everybody knows Jimmy. 'cause
Jimmy's
he's
been on our show.
twice, a couple of times.
And-
at 96, and I have to tell you, 96, and remembers every word
He
of
ne-
a song or I mean, just phenomenal.
He never makes a mistake.
No.
and
Yeah,
what-
phenomenal man.
Yeah.
He's wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I think our audience, Jerome,
You think they're ready?
I think they're ready.
Do you think they
to
deserve
hear-
it?
I think they definitely deserve it to hear Jerome Robinson Sr., second generation Platters. In our mind, though, you're always the first.
Thank you.
We will be right back.
At one time or another, every family is faced with mobility issues for a loved one. Call Before You Fall is here for you with all the safety and mobility solutions your family needs. Come see Alex in the Call Before You Fall showroom, or, if you can't, they'll come to you in one of their fully stocked service vans. So put your mind at ease today. Call Alex at 1-800-829-1491. Remember, be on the safe side.
Hi, everyone. We are back, but we are not just back. We are back with a legend. I mean, really and truly, Dove. I mean,
History,
right here,
on
today
this
on
show.
Pink Lady Presents, someone who has made us through the years happy. Happy to hear a voice like yours, the way you do things, the way you come on. I mean, it's just, well, you know what? Let's just start. So, Jerome Robinson, Sr., it's all yours.
This is for all my friends and family back home, for you. I said, Georgia, oh, Georgia, it's a song of you. Sounded sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Oh, I said, Georgia, oh, Georgia, no peace, Lord, no peace that I find. Just an old sweet song that will forever keep Georgia on my mind. You see, you know that other arms, they reach out to me, and other eyes, they smile so tenderly, but still in peaceful dreams that I see. Oh, the road just leads right on back to you. And I said, Georgia, oh, Georgia, oh, no peace I find. It's just an old sweet song that will forever keeps Georgia on my mind. I said, love of arms, they will reach out to me, and other eyes, they may smile tenderly, but Lord, still in peaceful dreams that I see. You know, don't you know that road leads just right on back to you. And I said, Georgia, oh, Georgia, it's a song of you. Coming sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. I said an old sweet song that will keep Georgia on my mind. As Louis would say, oh, yes. This song was first done by Mr. Al Hitler. It was back in 1956. Then the Righteous Brothers did it. Beautiful song. Oh, my love, my darling, I'm hungered for your touch along a lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love, and Godspeed your love to me. And lonely rivers flow to the sea, and to the open arms of the sea. And I'll be coming home. Wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. And oh, my love, my darling, I'm hungry for your touch alone. A lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love, and God speed your love to me. To me, to me. Thank you. Thank you.
I have to say this. Dove knows me already.
I do.
You do. You know what I'm going to say. Jerome, the gift that you have and are giving the world, especially the young people who don't know the beginning of the Platters, and have seeing you now with a voice and with a feeling that you give a song is a blessing, is amazing. We will be right back.
From infants to seniors, AdvantagePlusCaregivers.com provides quality, compassionate caregivers that you can depend on. And for those departing the hospital, our transitional care service delivers significantly improved patient outcomes. So if you or someone you love is in need of home care, call 1-800-687-8066. AdvantagePlusCaregivers.com. We're all about the care.
We're going to let you give us some more.
Okay, no problem. This next song is I really like this song. It's a very beautiful song. Yes, I'm the great pretender, pretending that I'm doing well. My needs is such that I return too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. Yes, I'm the great pretender that's laughing and gay. like a clown. My needs is such that I return too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. This real is the feeling of make-believe. Too real, what I feel, what my heart can conceal. Yes, I'm the great pretender, adrift in a world of my own. My needs is such that I return too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. Pretending that I'm doing well. Too real, it's its feeling of make-believe. Too real, what I feel, what my heart can conceal. Yes, I'm the great pretender, just laughing and looking like a clown. My needs is such that I return too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. Pretending that I'm doing well.
Nailed it again.
Thank you. Thank you.
And everyone, this gentleman has a CD. And what is the name of this CD, Jerome?
The CD is called An Evening with Jerome Robinson.
An Evening with Jerome Robinson that'll carry you all through the evening and the next day. How does one get that, Jerome?
Well, what you can do, you can go to Jerome Robinson Sings and go there and fill out an order form.
That sounds like a great name for great songs, I know.
Thank you. Thank you so
So
much.
everyone, remember, it ain't over. No way is it over until we, Jerome, Dove, and you say it's over. God bless you all. We will see you next time. Love you, love you, love you, love you.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live, live, live until I die. They're gonna say, what a guy. I'm gonna play for the sky. Ain't gonna miss a thing. I'm gonna have my fling. I'm gonna live, live, live until I die. The blues I lay low, I'll make them stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel.